Today, we're going to be using Claude Code to build a fully functional voice AI dashboard. We're going to be connecting this with Retell AI and all the APIs, and we're going to have AI essentially code our entire app for us so that now a client can just see the ongoing calls, they can see the dashboards, all the analytics on their own. I'm going to be building the entire thing from scratch, but I already have some sort of working MVP that I've done with like minimal effort. So I'm going to show you how this works right now. I have like a fake Retell AI voice agent just for the purpose of this video. So we're going to see how this looks here, and then we're going to recreate this and try to make it even better. So right now I can see that my total calls was 32, my calls today. If there's anything ongoing right now, right, I have no active calls, and then my average duration per my call. And then here I have a chart, which I'm not honestly a big fan of. It's kind of buggy. So again, right, minimal effort. I'm going to make this a lot better, a lot more robust. But let's just see already how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and give my voice agent a call here.
This is Sam. How can I help you today?
Hey, just want to buy some solar.
Absolutely, I can help with that. Just so I'm not catching you at a bad moment, is now still a good time to chat for a couple minutes?
Yep,
And
all good to
make sure I
chat.
point you in the...
Right, so it's not a fully configured voice agent, but we have our ongoing calls. I just ended the call, so now it says no active calls. I can go to my call history. This is my actual phone number, so I am just blurring this out. If I actually click on it, I can see the exact conversation I just had, right? I could see the day that it started, which is the time right now, when the time it ended, okay? We probably don't have to include the day, but definitely the time is pretty important. This was less than a minute. The duration was 20 seconds. It was a phone call. I hung up, so a user hung up, and the direction was inbound. And here we go. I could see my full transcript. Hey, okay, this was me. Cool. Recording as well. I can click on this, and I can listen to the recording. My analysis, right, positive sentiment, successful, no voicemail, and then some metadata. I guess there's none here. And then my dashboard, again, nothing too crazy happening here. But yeah, I built this in a few minutes entirely with Claude Code. So I'm going to show you how to build this thing entirely from scratch, and I'll have my prompt in the description down below, my free school community. So before actually diving into Claude Code, I do want to mention that Retell AI actually has like an analytics tab and call history. So essentially what I'm doing is mimicking this, because a lot of agency owners, a lot of people who sell voice AI don't necessarily want the client to have access to the Retell dashboard. Maybe they have multiple agents, multiple clients all in one place, so you don't want to give access. That is exactly why we're building a very simple web app that just has call history, some minor analytics, one single dashboard. They just log in and their team can view calls that are ongoing. That's it. I don't even think there's an ongoing call button in Retell AI, so we're just doing that ourselves with the webhook, being able to find the start time and the end time, and then just putting something that says ongoing. So we're trying to make this even better, and this is something that you add on top of your offer. You don't have to tell them every month, hey, here's the analytics for the month, and you send them a screenshot. Like, that's annoying, right? We're trying to remove that, where they have their login and it's all done for them. So I've just opened up VS Code where I have Claude Code running over here. Now, all I have here on the left side is literally like empty folders. I have nothing. I have one folder with literally just a MD file. An MD file is just the markdown, which is just the prompt for Claude. So I'm not diving into crazy stuff like skills and things like that. We're gonna make this super simple. It's literally just gonna be an MD file, and it's going to generate the entire application from scratch and just have all those files on the left side. So we'll see when we're done here, a bunch of files are gonna pop up on the left side. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say in plan mode, hey, have a read at the MD file and start planning the application. Okay, that is all I'm saying. So this will probably take a few minutes to cook up here. Again, I just provided the MD file. This is going to be in my free school community. And then from there, we're gonna see how it's able to plan this, and then at the end of it, it's gonna say, hey, are you ready to, do you approve the plan? Should I get started? So usually it may be like a minute or two, and then we'll be good. So here it's just gonna allow me to search for queries. Let's just say yes, 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 and I'll probably just skip ahead until it's ready to generate the plan. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just wait here for a second. So after a few minutes, Claude has just made a plan, and it's asking us if we accept the plan. I'm probably not gonna read the whole thing here. I'm gonna trust Claude here and just say yes and auto accept. And then now it's actually going to start executing, creating files, and seeing what we get as a first draft. So I'll go ahead and just wait for like another 5 minutes. We can see that it's already building out a checklist, which is really neat, right? So Claude itself will go step by step and be like, okay, the first step here is to do this. Once that's complete and it works, I'm going to go over to the next. So Claude is just such a powerful tool, powerful model, is able to do things like this. So this will probably take a few minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and just wait for a moment. And here we can see it's asking us for the keys. So it just actually created an env file. And we can start seeing on the left side here, all these files are being generated. So that's actually really important, is while this is cooking up, we're probably going to want to fill these in. We have our Supabase URL, our public Supabase anon key, service key, Retell AI API, agent ID, or auth secret. So usually what you want to do is fill these in yourself. Because I'm recording a video here, I'll probably just provide all the keys to Claude and it'll autofill for me. I don't recommend you always do this, but again, this is going to be the hardest part of this whole build, is really just going to find those keys and then just giving it to Claude, and then we're done. So it's going to be a little bit of effort we have to put in here just to generate the Supabase, like create the database and things like that. That's all done for us. We just need those keys. So let's go ahead and start with the public Supabase URL. So first of all, we do need to make a Supabase project, right? So let me go ahead and go to Supabase. I'm going to create a new project here. I'm going to call it something like Retell AI dashboard. And then we'll just make a password. Okay, security, enable data API, and then we're just gonna go ahead and create new project. All right, so we're gonna get some keys here, give it to Claude, and then we'll be good to go. I'm gonna go over to the project settings over here. I'm going to grab the API keys. Let's go here. And I'm gonna do legacy anon service role API keys. Now, never share these. These are very dangerous. Somebody could just access your project. So obviously I'm gonna delete this afterwards, but I'm going to do the anon public. Let me copy that. Let's go here and say anon public. Then I'm going to grab the service role secret. Let's reveal that and copy it. We're going to go back and do service role secret. Provide that. Then let's see what else we could get here. So let's get the Supabase public Supabase URL. All right, let's go back here. And Supabase, if you guys are just not familiar, it's just a database that's very powerful. So whenever you're building software or you're building a web application, if you want to store things, you're usually going to want to use a database. There's a bunch of other ones, but I like Supabase. We could do edge functions directly in Supabase. So I recommend getting to understand Supabase just a little bit so that when you're using Claude Code, you can build software and web apps pretty easily. Let's go click on Retell AI dashboard. Let me just grab this URL here and provide that as well. Let's do project URL. Let's paste that in. Let's see if we have the role key, anon key. So we should be all good to go here. And let's just get the Retell AI. I'm not sure what auth secret is just yet. I'll have it probably re-emphasize on what that is. I'll ask later. So let's get the API key and then the agent ID. So let me go back to Retell AI. I'm going to go to my settings here, and I'm going to grab the API keys, and then I'm going to see if I can copy this one. This is my old one from the other project I just showed you. So let's just grab that key. Let me go back here and say Retell AI API key. And then let's grab the Retell AI project ID. That should be the last step here. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go find my agent, which is this one here. And I am going to copy the agent ID up here. All right, let's go back to VS Code and say agent ID. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to be finished, this part here, and then it should be putting everything in place for me. And we can see we have a lot more files now on the left. We have source, all the Supabase stuff. We might have to run a little bit of SQL, but again, super easy. Claude is just gonna give us the command, the SQL to copy and paste, and we just click enter, and that's it. There's really not much work to do here. Okay, it just finished. It says the next steps is fill in the env local, create the calls table in Supabase using the schema from the plan. So we have a bit of things to do left here. So let me just provide the keys for now and say do the rest. Let's see what it's capable of doing on its own here. And now we can run npm run dev, which is what we put into our terminal just to host this locally, so we can actually like take a look at the platform. We can see that it already just completely autofilled all of this. So I guess auth secret was, I don't remember providing that. We'll look into that in just a moment here. Okay, let's just allow some of these commands. So now we're on the SQL part of it, saying what can we do, run SQL in Supabase dashboard or access token? Let's just say we're gonna give it the access token. Let's try to have AI do as much as possible here. And here it actually tells us how to get that access token. So it's saying go to account and then access tokens. So let's go try to do that right now. Let's go back here. Let's go to account. Okay, I just went to account preferences and we have access tokens right here. And let me use my old one here. Just go to, I don't think I can copy this actually. You'll have to create a new one. Let's create a new token. Let's just call it Retell AI token 2 expires in 1 day. Generate the token. And then we should be done here with all the Supabase setup. Should be about it. Let's copy that token. Let's go back to Claude and say, I have it ready. Submit answers. And then we're going to paste it in right here. All right, so Claude here is saying the table created successfully. Let me verify if it works and start the dev server. Just click allow. All right, and I think it's finishing up here. Perfect. So we have our webhook URL that we're going to send to Retell AI, and we have our local host. So let me go ahead and click on that. And here we go. This is our dashboard. It says Retell AI. I don't know if I'd keep that, but let's just put in the username. So we have YouTube test, and the password was 123456. Let's sign in. And from this, I like it better than the original version. We have ongoing, average duration. It looks honestly very similar, but I have nothing. I have no data here. So the first thing I'm going to do, and by the way, there's also like a really weird white mark here. We're going to have to edit some of that as well. All right. So let's go ahead and grab that actual webhook. I'm going to copy that. But it's also saying that I need to run an edge function, saying to deploy the edge function run. So I'm going to say I don't want to run anything. Do it yourself to make it work. Okay. And while that's doing that, I'm going to grab that webhook. We're going to go back to Retell AI. We're going to go to here. I'm going to go to webhook settings, and I'm going to paste that in right here. This should be our webhook. So now if I publish this, we should be able to see when a call starts and when it ends to see if it's ongoing or not. And then from all the API keys I provided it, the agent ID, it should have all of the calls and things tracked. Right now it was set to 0. So I'm just going to tell Claude, hey, we need to refresh this, go fetch the latest calls so this updates in real time. Okay, everything is fully set up and verified. So I think it might have actually removed the test data itself. So let's go double check. I might not have to say anything. Let's go back to our local hosts. There we go. Let me go ahead and just give it a refresh. Total calls. So we still don't have our calls. So we should have the ongoing feature work here. And let's also get those ongoing calls. And then we should be done here. Unless we want to make some more front end changes, we can. So let me go here and say the data shows 0. Please make sure we have the real data from Retell. All right. So I believe here it's pretty quick, it's pretty easy. It's going to fetch the data and we'll be good to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and call my voice agent again and see if the ongoing call feature does work. Okay, and it just finished up. 50 real calls are now in the database. Great, let's go check that out. I can see here 50 total calls. Let's make sure that those are correct. Let's go to call history. And these seem to all be from my phone number. So that seems correct. This was my last time I called. All right, so if I click on this, let's see if we get the data. So we get transcript. Yep, that sounds like something I would say. That was me earlier. We have our recording right here, analysis, and the metadata. All right, so now let's go ahead and check if there's any ongoing calls. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick call here.
Hello, thank you for calling San Diego Solar. This is Sam. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'm looking to book an appointment, please.
Absolutely, I can help with that. Before I grab a time, I'll just get a quick picture of what you're looking for so I can match you with the homeowner, or
Yep.
are you ready?
So as you can see from there, we're all good to go. And now it just ended the call directly. So now I can go to my call history. I can probably click on the one that was right now. Or was this yeah, that was right now. That's it, recording, it's right here.
Hello, thank you for calling San Diego. How can I help?
I'm looking to book an appointment. All right. So now all we have left to do really is just some front end changes, like getting this graph to work a little bit better. Maybe we could also grab from the Retell AI analytics, and I could be like, maybe I want some of this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a screenshot. I'm gonna go here and say I want, let's just grab this part here. It's probably pretty easy. I'm gonna go back to Claude and be like, great, add this and make sure it works using the APIs necessary, and also change the color and theme to something a bit more colorful for the charts. and I'm going to paste in that photo, that image, that screenshot, and see what it can do here first try. But we're about just done now. I mean, we could just spend a lot more time if we want to make this a little bit more pretty. We could obviously add like the client logo and just tailor this a bit more to their company. So whichever niche you're hitting. And then from there, we just built fully with AI a dashboard. And honestly, it probably took me like 10 minutes at this point to build this whole thing out. And boom, add that to your offer. You don't have to share your Retell AI account. They have it all on their end. So let's go see these final changes and see how this looks. Let's go here. Let me refresh. I don't think it is much better. There is an analytics tab now. So I would probably want to merge that. Okay, see, that's way better. But I definitely would want that in part of the dashboard. Super easy fix. We just say, hey, merge analytics with the dashboard. But this is pretty fascinating. And honestly, I really like the color and the contrast. This is just way better, being able to see all of this. So I do think this is grabbing all of my agents, not just the one agent ID. I did not have 236 calls. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say, hey, make sure it's only for the specific agent. Only want the data for the specific agent I have, not any other one. And I'm sure that's going to reduce that number drastically because I've had this account for a while. I have a bunch of agents in this account, so that's definitely captured all of that. So let's remove that entirely. All right, like 2 minutes later, it just finished. Let's go check it out. And now let's refresh. And we see total 40 call hits. So let's go ahead and actually give it one last go and see if this updates at all. So let me go to my dashboard. I want to see if my ongoing call is going to capture again. So let's just give this a quick call.
Hello, thank you for calling San Diego Solar. This is Sam. How can I help you today?
Hey, just testing out my software. I might have called the wrong number. Sorry.
No worries at all. Happens all the time. Thanks for calling and have a great day.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Cool, no more active calls. That went through no problem. Check our analytics. We now have a total of 41 calls. We could see here we have 12. I believe it was at 11, and I can check the 7 days here, and we could see today is the 5th. 12 calls on the 5th. And then on the 6th is tomorrow, we've had no calls. So there's probably like a little bit of tweaks that we can do even more. Honestly, the color is great, but like we might not want to see the 6th just yet because it's not the 6th. Things like that. Like I think if I go to 30 days, I want to make sure that I can capture everything. Here it seems to still be on 6 and 5 when I did click 30. And then 90 days, I'm not sure if it does any changes at all either. So like filtering issues, things like that. But honestly, the time that it took me, we built something pretty impressive. So thank you for making it till the end of the video. If you want to see some more Claude Code content, just drop a comment down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, share, whatever you guys want to do. It helps my channel grow. And with that said, I will see you all in the next one.